Welcome, my name is Fabio Kaiser from Rode Acoustics based in Vienna in Austria, and I want to present to you the paper Working with Room Acoustics as a Sound Engineer using Active Acoustics. So I want to start with clearing out the terms. With Active Acoustics, I actually mean acoustic enhancement, or it's also called assisted reverberation. It's about an electroacoustic system influencing the room acoustics in a hall. Such systems exist since the 50s already, but over the last 10 approximately years, you can see a high growth of systems installed. And basically, an active acoustic system is there to change reverberation times in a hall. Me personally, I'm an acoustician and an audio engineer. And as an audio engineer, I'm used to work in real time. I'm used to have a tool under my fingers and change settings. An active acoustic system actually allows that and allows me to work with room acoustics in real time. And active acoustic system, just to give you a quick overview of the basic scheme of such a system for those who are not so familiar with that, it consists of quite a number of microphones and a number of loudspeakers installed on the walls or the ceiling. And in between the microphones and the loudspeakers, there's a signal processing unit providing artificial reflections, the signal processing, so the reverberation in a room changes. There's two different approaches. The inline approach, which tries to put microphones rather close to the sound sources or the stage and tries to avoid the transfer function in between loudspeakers and microphones to avoid feedback. On the other side, there's the regenerative approach, which actually uses this transfer function, uses the feedback to achieve increased reverberation, but in a controlled manner, so you cannot hear any regenerative artifacts. I want to tell you about a project I was involved in, the Andermatt Concert Hall in Switzerland. This is a classical concert hall / multi-purpose hall, meaning that there should be orchestra or chamber music concerts, but also business events, conferences and seminars. The hall seats approximately 400 to 700 people. It's a rather small hall with 5,000 cubic meters, shoebox style, but more in a square shape, meaning, and in there we installed 32 microphones and 72 loudspeakers, because in the acoustic design, which happened together with Acoustics, we knew that the hall needs to sound bigger, it needs more reverberation than it will provide itself in order to host a big full-scale orchestra. We used the Amadeus Active Acoustic System, which uses basically a hybrid approach, meaning inline and regenerative approaches. So what you do after designing the system and after the system is installed, you start tuning, and this is what you usually get at the end. You tuned a few presets which provides different reverberation times. The blue line you can see is the reverberation in the hall with the system off, and we tuned two presets to simulate actually one room acoustics, meaning that when the audience enters the room, for example, it's half full or it's full, that the room acoustics does not change much compared to the rehearsals. This is something which is very important to musicians. So that's why we decided to go there. And there's also the obligatory cathedral preset with around 4.5 seconds of reverberation. This is more the show-off preset, what such a system can actually do. The opening concert happened with the Berlin Philharmonic Orchestra. Everybody was quite nervous. Will the hall perform? Will the system perform? What will they think about the room acoustics? And in the end, everybody was quite happy. The conductor and the musicians gave good feedback that they liked playing in this hall. So we could have said, job done. Berlin Philharmonic Orchestra said it was okay. But actually now the fun began. We were contracted to keep on working with the acoustics in the hall, keep on refining the sound in the hall. To the left you can see the team. This is Volker Werner from Amadeus Acoustics having the laptop with controls in his hand. Me in the middle, and Evan Green from Kale Acoustics. And to the right is Philipp Treiber, our colleague, playing the violin, which is actually a very good instrument to test the acoustics. So we sat down, we said, okay, we want to shape the room acoustics of the hall in order to make it sound bigger. But not only bigger, we want to make it sound longer, and the walls that are, because of architectural reasons, a little bit too close, which we would like to be further away. Can we do that using the system? So we sat down, we changed the delays of individual loudspeakers and loudspeaker groups, we changed the levels of loudspeaker groups, we changed equalizers, we changed the settings and parameters of the system in order to shape the sound. And we found that it's actually possible within certain limits. It can get unrealistic or too much, but within certain limits it's possible to simulate a different architecture, which in this case was very much appreciated. And this is actually the dream as an acoustician, that I can sit in a hall and in real time change the room acoustic, feeling the acoustic signature of a room. Here I want to show you some numbers, some measurements also. So you see on the left side this measurement of center time and the clarity to the right. These measurements were taken with two presets providing the same reverberation time, but it can be shown that we can tune, again, within certain limits, the center time, for example, or the clarity to be different. And this provides a big difference in sound when you are sitting in the hall listening to some music. And it can be seen that the changes are well above the just noticeable differences of center time and clarity. So to conclude, working the room acoustics of a hall in real time is a lot fun. Again, as an acoustician, this is the dream. I can sit in a room and I have the acoustics in my hands. I can change it in real time. I do not have to change a set of panels, which maybe takes a few hours. And Aktive Akustik Systems is a great tool to achieve that real-time working feeling. So if you want to get in contact, here's my email. You can also visit the Facebook page of Amadeus Acoustics. Thank you so much for listening, and hope to see you again soon in person. Stay healthy and goodbye.